Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and hey y'all, it's me Savannah back at you with another one. Another selection from What Happened While I Was Waiting, a collection of poeticisms by yours truly, Savannah Willis. So without further ado, let's get into it. This one is Letters from Atlanta. Atlanta. Once you check your bags, you must in fact show ID and required must have packed attitude. Check. Southern hospitality is an archaic facade, a mask worn by a location that just so happens to be in the South, racing so fast to the East Coast that down home ways somehow got lost in obstacle. Easy like Sunday morning mottos fell wayside to money, power, and acknowledgement. When traveling to the land of self-appointed stars, you must be ready to take risk. Be prepared and fully equipped for what comes next, never knowing what to expect in the Mecca. So, I divided this book into three sections that represent three different phases in my life. You have the first, before there were words. So there's poetry. So obviously there was words, but I didn't know what to do with the words. I didn't know what the words meant. I didn't know that the words could really mean anything. It was really just a way to get down what I was saying. I was never very good at keeping a journal. So it was a really good way to just sort of get all my thoughts down and all the things that were going on in my head and all the questions that I had and the things that I was trying to figure out within self. So poetry became that for me, and that's where you get the first section, before there were words. Hot Atlanta, rude, check. Cocky, next. Over the top, what else, always dressed to impress. Swimming, not required. It doesn't rain that much. Words. But then you have the second section, which is Letters from Atlanta, which is legit a portion of my life during my young adulthood where I moved to Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta. I grew up in Georgia, in Forsyth, Georgia, down by Macon, not Forsyth County. Woo, Forsyth, Georgia. That's where all my family still is, my dad's side. That's where I was raised up until the age of 6, and then I was moved to Mississippi, where my mother is from, and I was very, very reluctant to call Mississippi my home. I hated it here. I did not want to be here. I wanted to move back to Atlanta. I thought that's where I belonged. And me and my sisters, we had this pact that when I turned 18, since I was the youngest, that we were going to move back to Atlanta, and they flaked out and had their own lives going. And so I just went and I stayed with my sister, one of my dad's children, for 6 months. And then I stayed with my play brother for 6 months. And it was a whirlwind experience. A lot of things happened, but I ended up realizing that Mississippi was my home, and I came back home and started to attend Tougaloo College. And that is where the last section came from. I see you, do you see me, love, blind unto most beholders? Those not completely blinded by lustful shine view compliments and genuine kindness as gullibility and weakness. So you ask me, what is the allure still to this mere shell of historic potential? To be honest, a 13-year longing to simply belong. And I may be out of my mind, but this is my home, or at least the right coordinates that God saw fit to take responsibility for the commodity that is me, led by pure impulse and curiosity. While most say killed was the curious kitty, but from what I know, pussy runs the jungle is no different in the city. With 2020 hindsight, I see what used to be. Atlanta, I see your soul. Your songs run warm through my veins, immense knowledge buried in the pages of education. This, my birthplace, this place rather than any other place in the nation. There must be a connection. Determined to find your past perfection, I believe in you. I just need you to believe in me too. Thank you. And that is where the last section came from. And the last section is What Happened While I Was Waiting. So in between all of this time, from that first collection to the last collection, poetry has been happening pretty much every day. You know, life has been happening, and I've been growing and maturing. And that's where you get What Happened While I Was Waiting. Collection of poeticisms, y'all. I'm already working on my next collection of poetry, so definitely need the supporters. Definitely thankful that y'all are my supporters already. Please like, share, subscribe. I need all the support that I can get. Head over to my Patreon page and become a patron. I'm going to be offering exclusive information about each poem, what was actually happening when these poems were written, what I was going through, what my reflections about that. Now you'll get different blogs about that, but it'll be exclusive for my patrons. So make sure you get over to Patreon and check that out. Make sure you like me on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter is where you get those random sort of thoughts, so that's always a plus. Make sure you go get the book right now. It is only available at lulu.com. There is a link on my website, www.savannahwillis.com. Y'all, I bought my domain, you know. Anyway, there is a link that'll take you right to lulu.com. It will be available on other platforms soon. It just ain't right now. So hit your girl up to get your copy. Make sure you become a patron. Support Black authors, Black female authors. Support the arts. Keep literacy alive. In case nobody told you today, I love you.